Hey guys, Gary G back again with another video, and today I'm showing you my new truck setup. Okay, but before we start, I want to say a few things. One, this is not officially done. This is the setup that I put together so I can get back to work. I'm going to be doing little refinements here and there. If you watched the video that Joel and Sal did on details, they came down to check out my trailer and help me get organized and speed up my processes. I had talked to them about doing this when I did that video, so I know that they're aware of this. And I'm sure that at some point I'll have them do the same idea, but for my truck bed set up to help me be more organized, and if they have any ideas. So look forward to that video. I'm sure it's probably gonna come out at some point. Okay, so first off, I wanted to do this because I wanna run a really lean, tight setup. I don't wanna have anything extra that I don't need. It just takes up space and it's just more complicated. I've been working out of this truck bed now for 1 week, and it feels freeing for me, if that makes sense. It's almost like a weight lifted off my shoulders. For one, I get better gas mileage. I can get around town a lot faster. I have more space in front of the customers' houses to get started and do my work, and everything is just very minimal. So the difference between my trailer and this truck setup is I only bring with me what I need for the day. I don't necessarily have my steamer every single day or my extractor. There's a few other things that I don't have as well. And I have some stuff on the inside of the truck that's just, unfortunately, it's a part of running a low profile truck setup to where I have to put stuff on the side. So I'm gonna show you that too. So let's get into the nitty gritty. Okay, so I'm gonna bring you in. I'm gonna give you a top view so you can kind of get an overall idea of everything that I have in here. Let me point this out. This is not a pretty setup. I went for more organized and more, I guess, aesthetically pleasing on my trailer. However, space is limited. This is all about functionality. So I just keep that in mind. So here's an idea of everything that we got going on. We got your generator. I got my air compressor still there. I have my pressure washer, my air hose reel, my pressure washer reel, and I have my bottle holders. Now in between that, I have my tire bucket, wheel and tire bucket. Right there, I have some accessories, clay bar, and whatever else, attachments, brushes. This is my super clean for my tires and wheels, APC rinsing. On the sides there is usually where I throw little stuff like my wash extender pole. I got my blower there. This right here is a 60-gallon low profile water tank. I got this from a local detail supply store in Tulare, California called Gloss Empire. Shout out to Rigo and Jose for hooking me up with that. They gave me a really good price. Everything is covered by this soft cover. That's not going to stay there forever. I'm going to get a hard cover because just for security, but that's what I already had on here, so that's what I got right now. Generator strapped down. I still have my rigid air compressor here, 200 psi, 4.5 gallon. I have my Ryobi 1800 psi, 1.2 GPM. It is being gravity fed, as you can see. I'm still running it gravity fed the same exact way I ran the 90. And what I do is I have these tanks, I sit them on 4x6s. So they're on 4x6s and strapped down, and that puts that outlet right here basically level with the inlet of the pressure washer. From there, I have a tube coming off where I can fill up my buckets and whatnot. I have had no issues with the pressure washer running that way. Now there are going to be some changes coming up. This pressure washer is going to go away because I have on order the Active 2.0. If you know about pressure washers, you know that everybody's really excited about that one. So I have the Active VE52. Okay, there is my Active VE52 with my Uberflex hose. I just have it here stored right now. This one actually broke on me. What happened with that one is the famous surging issue that the VE52s had, the version 1, where it would sit there and it would just lose pressure and it would go constantly. So that's why I got rid of that months ago. Now that the new one is coming out, once I hook that up, that looks a lot different than this. So I'm gonna have to figure out something with this system of gravity feeding, because I believe the inlet's gonna be a little higher. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. Trying everything I can to go without having a pump. I hate pumps. I can't stand having pumps. I'd rather go gravity fed. So I'm gonna try to do everything I can and I'll put an update on that when I find out if that works. Okay, so right off the bat, I just want to say that I have a piece of regular OSB plywood in here. That's basically acting as the skid. Everything is attached to it. So I just have like about 3 screws right here that basically just go into the bed liner, but barely attached to my actual truck bed. So that's gonna hold everything down. Now from there, I have my generator still. I have it backwards, so the exhaust goes out, obviously. And on the sides here, I put my bottle holders. These are my 32-ounce bottle holders. I really wanted to have that to keep that organized, because these are my common essentials here. You know, my interior cleaners, glass cleaners, tire shine, you know, wheel acid. This one holds a foam cannon. This is just a foam cannon that I'm testing for another review. So I wanted to have that. I don't have my bottle holders for my 16-ounce in here right now. I'm gonna figure out a spot for that. Maybe on the fender wells over there. So like I said, I have stuff inside my vehicle. It's not pretty, but it's functional. And what I got here is I got my platform. Now I'm running a regular vacuum with about a 15-foot vacuum hose. The good thing about still running a long hose is that I could place the vacuum pretty much, let's say, at the front of a vehicle, and that hose will reach all the way around to the back on both sides. So I just plug in and I don't have to move the unit. So that's really nice. That's a very nice feature to have. So it's probably the best way to transition back from having a hose reel to not having one. I was really dreading that because I really like that convenience, but I feel that having that long hose and not having to move the unit really gives me that flexibility back. This is my Easy Up, all my towels, wash mitts. In the center here, I have my bucket with all my extras, my drill brushes, any other sanding for headlights or anything else kind of stuff that I got in here, the magic erasers, metal polishing, etc. Right now, this is just where I put my used towels. Again, functional, not pretty. All right, so let's talk about how everything runs. So if you know me, I love having everything on this little remote. Joelle and Sal made fun of me because it was just acting up the whole time they were here, of course. So I'm still a believer in it. I still run it despite having it turn on from time to time in my pocket. I don't really care that much, I guess, because the convenience of it is so nice. So I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna turn on the generator here. On the back, just turn it on. And now we're running. I don't know if I mentioned, but I have everything running off of the 30 amp circuit. If you have this generator, just know that that RV circuit is a 30 amp circuit, and you can hook about all of these things up to run at the exact same time, and it won't trip your breakers. So if you're using this and you're not using your 30 amp circuit, you're not getting all your power out of it. But I just wanted to point out everything's running off of the 30 amp circuit. So here on number 1, I have my pressure washer. Okay, so everything's on a reel like this. And we got, I'll show you here. As you can see, we're on a downward angle away from the pressure washer. And I'm still getting all my pressure. It's still working. It's not a problem. So from here, I can twist this. Sorry, got a little ahead of myself. Here I can reel this up, close it off. And that's all closed up. Now if I want to run my air compressor, that's on number 2 now. Air compressor comes on. I can still run my Vortex cleaning tool, no problems here. That generator is running rich. I can smell the gas. So I gotta find a better spot for this. I'm gonna put some Velcro, bam, right there. But right now I just stuff it behind the interior cleaner. So this is a very simple setup. So we have LED strip lights on both sides. And what it's doing is at night, I get full lit up bed. Like I said, I had this before, it just happened to work out. So I got that going on right now to light everything up like at night when I get set up for the next day. It's very convenient. I'll link that actually in the description. I bought it on Amazon. And what you do is you just tap into like your trailer wire harness or your tail lights, and then it just sticks on there. It's a really nice, easy way to have lights in the back. I actually got a leaky connector here that I got to fix. It's Harbor Freight. For those wondering, here is the 30 amp plug. Goes down to here. You can buy this on Amazon as well. That'll bust it off into 3 different outlets. I have this extension cord here for when I use my vacuum, and then I have, like I said, I got the air compressor and the pressure washer hooked up to that. You're not getting full power if you don't use that 30 amp circuit. I just want to point that out, like I said. So I'll put in the description this little whip here that transfers it over to the regular plugs. All right, guys, so I hope that helps you. Like I said, it's a very functional, not pretty, straight to the point setup. That's all I wanted, no frills, just something nice and easy. I do want to point out, this is the mid-size bed for my Ram, which I believe is 6'4". So I had to trim down the board a little bit to do that. You can do this with a shorter setup, but you're probably gonna have to sacrifice a few things, like maybe the reels. You might have to sacrifice that, or you might have to turn your generator sideways or do something, but you can do that. I mean, obviously ideal would be an 8-foot bed. If you have that, that would be perfectly ideal. If I had an 8-foot bed, I would have kept my vacuum hose reel and put that basically right behind there and just did all that. Anyways, I got to give credit to a few people. I've talked to a lot of people about truck bed setups. There's someone that follows me that I follow them called Elite Auto Detailing. Thank you, brother, for helping me. He runs his out of a Ranger, actually. So I talked to him. I also watched a video that Raldez Details did on a Ram 2 setup that kind of gave me an idea of what to do as far as the size tank and everything. So thank you, Mr. Ralda. And then obviously I talked to Joel and Sal from Details a lot, just in general about things. They've become good friends of mine. But I did kind of talk to them about what I had planned with this, and I look forward to them picking it apart and helping me make it even better. All right, guys, thank you for coming back to another video. As always, I appreciate you guys. If you guys have any questions about this, feel free to ask, leave a comment down there. I'll get back to you. I get back to most of my comments. If you are doing this yourself and you need consultation on it, I am now offering some kind of consultation. We can come up with a price that's good for you, as far as if you want to do setups or if you have questions about my experience. Obviously, I haven't been in the game forever, but there are some people that have asked if I do consultation. I do. We'll come up with a price that works for you for as much time as you want, and I can help you get this kind of stuff set up, or trailer, or whatever it is. All right, guys, make sure you go in the description, follow my social media. I'm always on Instagram every single day. That's where I post everything that I'm doing. I have a Facebook. I'm not as active on that, but I do have a Facebook. I have my website. I have everything that you need to get in contact with me if you want to ask me questions. I'm available for you. I appreciate you guys so much, my Stay Slick fam. You guys have a good one, all right? Peace. Stay slick. Let's get it.